Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing really fantastic. Look, I was actually woken up by my phone's alarm this morning, and I was like, oh, should I do my... I actually didn't question it. I was like, okay, it was more, how should I do my yoga this morning? And I'll admit I kind of debated back and forth with the walk. Reason why I should explain that. After I got home from work last night, my friend's daughter, she asked me if I would be willing to help out with her brother this morning. Both Angie and Rick have to work, and usually on those mornings she's the one who gets their son off to the school bus, and of course, you know, he's in special ed and so forth, so, and takes a different bus, and because it's a separate school, so on and so forth. Anyway, so but today, with her being a senior, this is the last day for seniors. So there's like a big to-do that they're doing. There was a very early morning senior breakfast, which she's at right now. And there's a lot that is going to be going on throughout the day. I guess they go back to their elementary schools and do a walk around, and so on and so, you know, kind of a, you know, last goodbye, also be inspiration for the next generation coming up, you know, all that sort of stuff. I thought that was pretty nifty. So yeah, she had asked me if I would be willing to do it, and I was like, I'm more than happy to, you know. I mean, shoot, you know, it's not because of, you know, that they have helped me out a lot or anything like that. This is her moment. You know, this is the biggest moment of her life up until now, you know. She's graduating from high school, you know. She's going to start her life now, you know. So this is important. And if I can help her, you know, or help them with celebrating that moment so that I can take some ease off of them, I'm more than happy to. I mean, I'd do it for anybody, really. Except that I'm already previously committed. And the only thing I forgot to do, have been forgetting to do, and I finally remembered it this morning. There's a reason why I chose June 6th as my last day. I got thinking about, like, because I know that her graduation ceremony was coming up at around that time, but I couldn't remember which day. And I looked at the calendar, and it's the next day, June 7th. So I'm like, okay, because I was trying to decide, you know, which day. I knew I was going to put in my 2-week notice, but the question was which day was going to be the last day. And I chose that date, not because it's D-Day, but because of the fact that it was the day before her graduation. So that way, and I had been meaning to talk to them, or at least Rick and Angie, to find out if they had what they were going to do about Sean. If it was just going to, because unfortunately, with a lot of things that have happened, with things. With her, you know, with her graduation coming up and everything, it's been, okay, one parent going to one thing and another parent going to another thing. And it's like, no, that's not the way it should be. Because unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of things that Sean can handle. So, it's like, no, but it has bothered me as far as the situation with the graduation ceremony. I'm like, no, they both need to be there for that, no matter what. And with, of course, you know, with graduation ceremonies, Those can be 3-hour-long things. And it's like, he's not going to be able to handle that. So I didn't know if maybe they had made other arrangements, maybe with other family or whatever. Maybe he'd go spend the night someplace or whatever. But it's like, no. I'm like, let's just volunteer to help out with that. I mean, if they hadn't already made other arrangements or what have you, just volunteer to stay home with them. So that way they can go and both go and enjoy seeing their daughter walk across that stage. So I feel like that's where I need to be right now. And like I said, it's not because, that they've been helping me out or anything like that. It's because it's the right thing to do, That's all it boils down to. So I finally remembered to bring it up to Rick this morning while he was explaining to me everything with Sean. So it's like, oops. and he's like, okay, I'll talk to her about it. I'm assuming he means their daughter, Meg's. So it's like, okay. So we'll see. I'm sure she would love to have her brother there, but at the same point, she's very understanding and knows, the situation with her brother and everything, loves him to pieces and so forth. They're very close. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So at least the option is there. They know the option is there, and they won't have to worry. So, yeah, I'm excited that I can help out. And I know, the next day at church, there's also something else going on as well. So, for the seniors. So, I mean, if Rick wants to be there, I have no problems with it. So, yeah, that's basically what I was doing this morning. And what I'm planning on a little bit later. And I still wanted to do my yoga, do my meditation, and go for my walk. I just needed to work around it. I didn't do all of my yoga this morning. I did, because I needed to be able to cut it short, but I did at least all of my old stretches. The ones I basically started off doing, which got me into doing the other stuff. So, at least I did that. And of course now I'm out for my walk. So, that's where I'm at. It is a beautiful morning. A little bit overcast. Sun, at least you can see the orange ball. So, yeah. And I started giving out my phone number to certain people at work. Unfortunately, I was in hopes that my counterpart there in my department, who I went through training with, he was on schedule for last night, but I wasn't too sure because I know he was going on vacation. I wasn't too sure if he was supposed to be on vacation yesterday or if maybe they asked him to do a call out. Or not do a call out, but yeah. Ask him to take the day off. But unfortunately, he wasn't there. But fortunately, he keeps his locker unlocked. So I went ahead and wrote down my name and number and threw it in there. And I'm like, hey, if you want to keep in touch or whatever. I don't have any friends. I mean, aside from them, I don't really have any friends that I've made myself or whatever. So I'm like, hey, why not? So I plan on doing that. I did it with him, did it with one other person who wasn't working, who was supposed to be working, but wasn't there. And I'm hoping I can catch up with this young lady. She's about Megan's age. Has been working there in the garden center. Real sweet girl, love her to pieces. So it's like, I'd like to keep up with her. And let's see here, there's another person, Dan the Man, that's what I call him. His name is Dan, and he has this bubbly personality, and he works in electrical. Doesn't have any background in electrical, but that's where he wound up working. Actually, he was telling me his background is in the food industry, food processing industry. Okay. But I guess he had lost his job or whatever, was having difficulties finding something else, and so he wound up there. All this misfits. Just like some other misfits I know. I believe they're called the Vegas Golden Knights. So, anywho, he's a real sweetheart. I love him to pieces. We like to joke around with each other and everything. But I definitely want to make sure I give him my number. Keep up afterwards. If anything happens with... I'm not interested in that sort of way. I'm just saying, you know, if we keep up, we keep up. You know, it's one of those sorts of things, basically. So, yeah. And of course, I gave my phone number already to person that trained me. I gave her my number. And I'm like, well, you know, got to keep up with me, you know, with all the tornado chasing I'm going to be doing and everything. And she's just like, oh gosh. I'm still going to come by every single day and stalk you, you know, and irritate you and everything. She's like, good. I expect you to. She's going to miss me. Yeah, she's definitely good. I hope with her situation, I hope I've helped her to mellow a little bit. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's important that, you know, she basically be the leader type or what have you. You know, because, I mean, basically she is that department. But it's also important to be a little mellow, not take things too seriously either. So I hope I was able to help her out with that. Actually, she's like, you know, you got me in trouble with a customer the other day. I'm like, this was like a few weeks back, and I'm like, why? What happened? And she's like, well, you remember the guy? He was here. And I was explaining to you this, that, or whatever. Well, he came back and he was like, you know, you didn't have to be like such a dictator. I told her, no, I didn't take it that way or anything. She's like, no, he was telling me, I need to be more like you. I need to, I don't remember the word that she used, but basically, you know, mellow and mellow down and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, well, I'm like, no, there's time and place for joking, and I know that. And at the same time, there's also time and place to be serious, you know. And I get all of that and everything, you know. But it's like, well, and it's okay to joke around and so forth with people. She's like, okay. So, but I have noticed that she smiles a lot more. Get this branch out of the middle of the road before somebody winds up running it over. There we go. There. I know how that can go. You run it over and then it's stuck dragging it up underneath your car behind you or whatever. So, but yeah, I get it all, you know. There's time and place for everything. I was trying to look up this house, do some research on it, and I didn't get a chance to try another source. So I'm hoping that maybe I might be able to find out something else. But anyway, but yeah, I just, like I said, I hope that maybe I've been able to help Ooh. Maybe an eastern tanager? Meadowlark? It was a yellow bird. Anyway, so yeah, I'm in hopes that maybe helped out with that a little bit. Maybe teach her how to relax a little bit more and not take it so damn seriously. It's not the end of the world if something goes wrong or whatever. But we'll see. We shall see. I do worry about her because I have noticed that since I started, she's put on a little weight. I know I could tell that some of it is bloating. I know that she has bloating issues, but I also wonder how much is actually weight gain too. And with the combination, and then with her age, it's a little concerning, and especially with the family history that I know about. So it's a little concerning. So yeah, she does need to take all that stress into consideration, especially when it comes to her physical health. So I'm in hopes maybe I help to teach her a little bit on how to relax a little. It's like, oh, my friend is back. Hello there. Hello, Mr. Tom. Oh, how you doing there? How you doing, big boy? Really? Yeah? How you doing there, big boy? How you doing? Yeah? How's it going there, big boy? Yeah? You're so handsome. How's it going? You gonna run away? Okay. See if I can make friends with him. No? You're gonna just walk away? Okay. I'll see you next time. Okay. He's so sweet. He's such a sweetie. Oh my goodness, it's so cute how he... It's so cute. My word. Oh, there's the kitties with all the squirrels. All the squirrely squirrels. They have 2 kitties. Oh, 3. Excuse me. And they just sit there and watch them all. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh my goodness. I love it. Feels so good. Feels so good. One thing I'm having issues with, I notice with myself, is, oh, yeah, you don't want to mess with a boo jay. I want the issue that I keep having is now, of course, that, you know, it's warmer and we're getting the humidity. Ah, okay. Squirrels chasing each other. I love it. The only issue that I keep having, with, especially now that we're a little bit more humid or warmer, or definitely warmer. I mean, it's end of May, and we're still struggling to get out of the 50s. But I love it. Feels good. But anyway, yeah, one of the things I'm noticing with, you know, with the rain and so forth, and especially with it being a little warmer, is, and of course, a little bit more humid, I'm noticing it affecting my legs and hands a lot. And some of the, and this one injury I have in my lower back, it's like I am noticing that some not inflammation, but feeling like I need to stretch all the time. It's tight feeling. That's the only way I could think to describe it. And I'm assuming it's probably because, you know, I've gone from air to extra dry. If you all remember those commercials. To super moist. Gosh. So, yeah, I'm just a little concerned. Ooh, great blue heron. I'm just a little concerned. I don't want to say I'm a little concerned, but it's like, you know, my hands, I just constantly needing to do this because I just feel stiff. I feel stiff. So I do a lot of stretching because of it. So I'm assuming it's because of the change in environment. My body's not used to it anymore. Oh, there he goes. Go, 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 go. What is it, big boy? My stalker is back. Where are you? What's going on? Hi! How you doing? How you doing, big boy? What's going on? You gonna run away from me? You're so handsome. I wish there was a way I could hear. Let me see if I can turn it around. There we go. There he is. How you doing? Mr. Gobble? How's it going, Mr. Gobble Gobble? I see you got a bunch of bugs around you. Yeah. We got a bunch of buggies around you. Yeah. They're flying around your head. Yeah. How's it going? He's like, no, don't try and touch me. Okay. How you doing? All right, silly boy. Oh, I know. See you later. See you later. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye. Well, I hope you all got a good look at him. He's such a sweet bird. I know. It's kind of a little concerning. I kind of wonder, seeing all the gnats flying around his head. It's like, that's not normal. So he might not be well or something. If need be, I am that sort of person. I have done it in the past. It doesn't bother me in the least. Of course, I've never taken care of a turkey. Not in that way. But I would do what I can. Darn, that would mean I would no longer be able to eat turkey. I would do what I can, because I am that sort of person. Yeah, there is a reason why I say that, because I can't eat duck. I had pet ducks. I used to take care of ducks. I cannot eat duck. I'm sorry. That just, yeah, that to me is just wrong. I had some of my babies were ducks. He's like, there's somebody coming near me. So, yeah, I just can't do it. So anyway, yeah, I wouldn't stop eating turkey. I'm sorry. I love turkey too much. But I can't eat duck. So anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm like, I don't even remember what we're talking about with everything. So one more week and I'm done. Have a few days off. And I have made the decision, though, if they ask me to do another day off or whatever, you know what, screw it, I'll work it until the end. I was thinking that I would, if they did it again, I would, be like, hey, want me just to end it now or whatever, but I'm going to play it until the end. So, might as well. Otherwise, let me see here. Today, tomorrow, off Sunday, and then Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm supposed to be going to the primary, which I probably will go ahead and do. And I got to get my prescriptions and go from there. And I'll see about getting some sort of a ride to go and pick up the car. And I'm going to keep my eyes open for the other rental option. Basically, according to Hertz, with looking at their website, looking at 180, I can, as long as I do 30 rides a week, I can keep the car for 180 days. So it just do like automatic renewal. So it's like, okay, but I'm still going to keep my eyes open on Avis because of the insurance situation. I think I was reading with Hertz that you have to purchase separate insurance, or I know they have separate insurance options, and I know that comes with like basic or whatever, but I want to still research that option with Avis. So, and those are the only two rental options that's available out there. I just, as far as purchasing, it bothers me. Knowing everything that can go wrong and so forth, it just, yeah. And then on top of it, sitting with a car a year later, it's got 150 to 160,000 miles on it. Will I be able to do a trade-in? And then I still am owing on it, even if I do everything I can to bust my ass to get it paid off. A lot of shit can wind up happening, and it bothers me, and I don't want those headaches. It's like, yeah, at least this way, its car needs to be repaired, I just let them know, and most likely they just swap it out, so I don't lose any time. So, right. Whereas the other, I'm going to be having to sit in around, probably get into a legal battle because they're questioning, the amount of miles, all this sort of crap, no matter what I tell them. And, so, then I'm waiting around for them to get parts, do the actual repairs. You can wind up losing up to a week. So, depending on how fast they work and so forth. And I've had it happen. So, I'm just kind of like, yeah, it bothers me all the way around. So, and then unfortunately, there's certain things that are not covered. So I'd have to make sure, and we're talking some major things, important things. And then it's kind of questionable with some things whether they would be covered or not under the warranty. So there you sit. So yeah, all in all, I'm like, you know what? I'd much rather just bide my time and just rent a car and go in that direction, and just make sure I have money in the bank always to be able to cover it. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. So it's one of the reasons why I don't mind keeping going all the way up until the very end, take that money and stash it away. And of course, I'm going to be losing a little bit of time. It's about 5 days. I'll be able to get it going. Basically, when I talked to the Uber rep, he said it was about give them about a few hours, like 2-3 hours, something like that, for them to actually get it inputted into the system. So, and then off we go. Yay! I'm actually excited about it. It's excited about all of, everything that's going to be coming up and so forth. So, yeah. I am very excited about it. Never would have thought I'd be excited about going back driving. Here I am. As I know who I am, I know the direction that I'm going. And I know the reason I'm doing it. So, yeah. But anywho, yeah. And it's going to be part of that healing process too. I know that. And that was kind of what happened with me the other day when I was talking about doing some sewing. And I was listening to one of my Pandora stations I haven't listened to in a while, and the song came up and really triggered me. Basically, it was My Way, by Old Blue Eyes. And I don't know, I got this flashback. It's like, oh, my favorite street in Vegas, only because it makes life a lot easier when you're trying to transport people all over the place. And it does make life a lot easier. But anyway, there's an intersection back there behind like Caesars and the old Mirage, now the Hard Rock. It's where Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, and Dean Martin all come together. And right there on the east side of the street, right there on the corner of the backside of Caesars and Mirage, come together. There's there's a piece of art, and basically it's an old microphone. The top part of the microphone, short stand, one of those where you had to hold it, like this or whatever, one of those old steel ones. It's a remake of that, blown up probably 1,000 times, if not more. So anyway, yeah, I thought about that. It was just recently put in, like within the last few years. And I know that there's a plaque on it. I've never read it. There's really no place to be able to pull over to be able to read it. So anyway, it just, I don't know, I thought about that popped into my head while I was listening to the song, and the song was just really hitting me hard. And everything, and just thinking about that intersection. All the memories from driving, and I used to live right up the road there when I first moved there, and thinking about that. Mostly thinking about my mom, because she was there, and also thinking about my one baby, and I was also thinking about this one condo that I had rented for a while. Yeah, just a lot. It all just came flooding back. So yeah, I've got some healing that I need to do, and I know that that's one of the reasons why I have to do this, is I've got some healing to do. I've got some kind of mixed impressions associated with driving, and that all needs to be healed. So yeah, just couldn't help but think about, it all just came flooding out of nowhere, and it's like, okay. And part of it could have been, it was the same day that I switched my license over. Maybe deep down inside, it had something to do with it, having to say goodbye in a way, at least in that way. I mean, it really didn't bother me when I was there or throughout the day or anything. But it was just when that song came on, and it was just a flood. But I know I've got a lot of healing to do. But it was very cathartic. I felt relieved. There was a release of it's over, in a way. I don't know. I've seen how much I've changed since I've been here, as I have changed quite a bit. Some of me is still that way, but also I've seen how much I've changed, how much I've grown, how much healing I have done. But I also see how and I feel how much freer I feel. And I know I've got more to do. I know I do. So, yeah. And it's going to be okay. And it's all part of the process, all part of the journey. So, anywho, I'm going to let you go, because I am about nearly home. Glad you all got a chance to see my stalker again. If this keeps up, I might have to call the cops. I do have cops that live right up the road here. I might have to be like, hey, I got this situation with this turkey. I'm just joking. Of course, the real cops would be animal control, and that ain't happening. I don't trust them motherfuckers. I don't care where I live. I don't trust them. I had too many bad experiences, especially after living in Virginia with doing wildlife rehabilitation. It's like, nope, don't trust. That would take a lot. So, not all of them were bad, but quite a few of them were. And again. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. And I'll talk at you soon. I hope you all have a great day. All right? Stay safe out there. I love you guys. Love you, babe.